Assalamualaikum and greetings to our lecturer Encik Muhammad Yasir. So today our group will be presenting about the written article by the journalist from the Faculty of Accountancy UiTM Dungan. This written article is about to discuss what would be the critical problems and possible solutions towards the small and medium enterprises. Before we start, let me introduce my team members. I am Siti NAQIYAH binti NORAZIZAN. Next is Siti ROQAYYAH binti SANI, Nur AIDA SYAZIYAH binti Muhammad NAZRI, RIAS NORISAH binti KAMARUDIN, and the last one is NURHAFIZAH FATIN binti Muhammad YASIN. We are from class MSc 1105G, a final year students of Diploma in Accountancy from UiTM Alur Gajah. So, let's start. In the competitive business environment of this global era, SMEs are playing a vital role in the economy's growth. However, negative influence of globalization is also visible on the performance of SMEs around the globe, including Malaysia. Therefore, this study is to have a discussion on what are the critical problems that are affecting the sustainability of the SMEs. In line with the problems, this study offers some suggestive actions to be taken. There are 4 critical problems facing by the SMEs, which are: first, lack of accounting knowledge; second, lack of proper record keeping; third, lack of ICT usage; and the last one is limited financial resources. Besides that, we will discuss what will be the impacts of the problems on the survival of the SMEs and what are the potential actions that can be implemented by them in order to sustain in the marketplace.
My name is Siti ROQAYYAH binti SANI and I will present about the issues on SMEs. The literature on critical problems affecting the SME is quite abundant and can be segregated into several key points. In that section, 4 pertinent problems are identified and discussed. The first problem is lack of the accounting knowledge. The effects of the problem on SME having difficulties in managing their costs, expenditure and cash flow, as well as difficulties in obtaining appropriate information to support the monitoring and controlling system. The second problem is lack of proper record keeping. The effects of the problem on SME is SMEs having difficulty on obtaining external financing. Third problem is lack of ICT usage. This is because IT is an enabling factor for organizational success. Low adoption of technologies may have an impact on the company's effectiveness and make it difficult for the company to remain competitive and grow. The last problem is limited financial resource. The effects of the problems on SME is SME could not afford to adopt the most advanced technology, which require significant investment to improve their competitiveness.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur AIDA SYAZIYAH binti Muhammad NAZRI. As we all know, accounting plays as an important role in daily activities of an organization. This is to ensure the smooth flow of the organization's activities. However, the research found that there are still less numbers of SMEs in Malaysia which are adopting financial management tools in their organizational activities. Thus, this is the critical problems among SMEs, which is lack of accounting knowledge. Firstly, many SMEs are having insufficient internal control accounting staff who are responsible in accounting matters. Due to that problem, SMEs usually transfer their financial work and functions to the third party who have the expertise in accounting work. Secondly, SMEs are having a shortage of accounting skills, therefore it results to the lack of infrastructure to implement accounting regulations and standards. This could affect the sustainability and the growing of SMEs. Other than that, according to the research of Marriott and Marriott found that the financial awareness among managers of SMEs varies considerably. This means that there are certain managers who have an adequate level of knowledge in financial matters. However, there are also some managers who demonstrate a low level of understanding in such knowledge. As a result, managers often pass the accounting function to the other departments. Lastly, there is less understanding of accounting information by directors, which results to the poor level of financial awareness. Hence, the financial information produced is low quality. To ensure a smooth organizational process, SMEs should hire qualified accountants as the areas of improvements with regard to the critical problems of SMEs having lack of accounting knowledge. This is because in an organization, it is important to have the skillful and also capable employees in various aspects, especially in the accounting background. By hiring qualified accountants, they may have the required expertise and the capability to execute the accounting work. It can also solve the problems in the lack of accounting knowledge. In addition, they have the knowledge on utilizing the accounting information for the benefit of SMEs. This means that they will provide the important input that can be useful for the managers in improving the operation, increasing the efficiency of the organization, and also support in decision making. To conclude, Malaysian SMEs should have the awareness on the importance of accounting and financial information, as it is one of the ways to make SMEs more successful and remain competitive in the corporate world.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is RIAS binti KAMARUDIN, and I will be present about the next problem that occur among SME is lack of proper record keeping. Why they are lack in keeping proper records? First, among managers in SME, they are weak in terms of the level of awareness of financial management. Besides, one of the reasons why SME do not properly keeping their accounting record is on the second point, which the statutory requirement for SME financial information are not disclosed to the public. On the third point, they know this may indicate that there are no violation of the statutory requirement, but somehow it demonstrates that SME are not responsive to the importance and security of accounting records. On the fourth point, SME often complain about the burdens imposed by reporting rules because the preparation of accounting information must be in accordance with the accounting and financial reporting and standard to ensure that a good and reliable financial report is produced. Last point, why this problem happen among SME is they thought as a small enterprise, they assume they do not have to be responsible in complying with the rules, and this misconception is partly attributed to the lack of awareness among SME on the importance of accounting information to be prepared in accordance with the statutory regulation and standard. Next part, I will be present about one of the ways that SME need to heighten the awareness of accounting function. Why do SME need to heighten their awareness of accounting function? Firstly, it is one of the critical success factor of SME to maintaining a proper accounting system. We know that poor financial management practices are often associated with a small and medium-sized business failure. Secondly, the accounting plays an important role in the success of the SME, so they will be able to highlight and measure performance and financial position objectively. Thirdly, it can assist SME in obtaining external financing. Fourth, SME will be able to evaluate their performance in paying their obligation and provide information for planning and control. Lastly, why SME need to heighten their awareness of accounting function? It is because they will be able to provide assistance in terms of managing short-term problems in critical areas such as costing, controlling expenditures, and managing cash flow by providing information to support the monitoring and controlling activities.
Assalamualaikum. My name is NURHAFIZAH FATIN BINTI YASIN. The next critical problem faced by SME is lack of information and communication technology usage. So firstly, the appearance of ICT has significantly altered the business environment considerably and impact how business activities transactions are undertaken. As a result, organizations should no longer manually keep track of their business transactions. Besides that, it is shown that ICT utilization among SME is extremely poor due to expensive maintenance and investment costs. Thus, the main barrier that small businesses encounter in deploying computerized systems is that they believe ICT does not add any value to their business, and hence, there is no need for them to install such system. Moreover, lack of ICT literacy and skills among SME senior management is one of the major difficulties that slow down the computerized system migration. Furthermore, there are 4 major obstacles that small businesses face while using computerized system, such as the stress that the system function is too hard to understand, the lack of accounting knowledge, are overly expensive, and the system does not satisfy their needs. Other than that, SME also tend to prefer to manually record business transactions and maintain the source of documents in hardcover files rather than storing the record electronically. In addition, the major reason for a lack of SITI utilization among SME is that respondents frequently perceive ICT as difficult to deploy and choose to utilize the manual system instead. Therefore, this image is highly established among senior executives who frequently regard ICT as a difficult and complicated system to understand. The possible solution that can be taken is ICT adoption in SME. So, firstly, SME must adopt ICT in their organizations at the same rate as other types of businesses by providing significant benefits such as time-saving opportunities, decreased salary expenses, enhanced product quality, and developing innovative products. Moreover, in the accounting environment, SME may use appropriate accounting software not only to reduce work and errors, but also to function as a systematic mechanism for preserving appropriate accounting records. Furthermore, the necessity for ICT is becoming a must rather than a choice because Malaysia is currently in the early stage of introducing the goods and service tax, as the GST consider SME to be tax collectors. Other than that, SME should have a comprehensive documentation system in place to claim GST refunds as well as make GST payments. Additionally, by utilizing easily accessible software on the market that can be tailored to their needs, the cost of establishing their own system can be avoided, thereby saving some costs. In addition, the use of ICT can increase operational efficiency because it can synchronize data between suppliers and customers, allowing information to be made available online at all times. Although transitioning to computerized environment may incur certain costs, particularly at the beginning, the benefit that SME may gain frequently exceed the cost. Besides that, the cost of deploying the software should be considered as an investment rather than expense because various benefits can be realized, such as increased profitability, market share, and customer service. Therefore, it is a wise move for SME to begin investing in ICT to strengthen their organizations to respond to their requests for more comprehensive business-oriented information to be created and delivered at a faster rate.
Other than that, one of the problems facing by the SMEs is limited financial resources. There are 8 complications due to limited of financial capability in dealing with their business. Firstly, SMEs having a problem to finance their business activities, and this will result to the bankruptcy and they might close their business. Next is people were unable to recognize or to know the SME's products as they are having difficulty to market their products, and this will result to lower sales. Furthermore, the workers have a lack of knowledge that results to unproductive labor as there is no enough money to invest in their employees' training. Besides that, SMEs have a potential to play a major role in developing nation economies but play limited role due to lack of development support in financing business as they have deficiency of money that making them uncompetitive in the marketplace. Next, they could not move forward in the technological improvement and having difficulty to buy the facilities as their limited financial resources reduce their access to new technologies or innovation. Next, the SME is having a problem of little capital that results to difficulty in managing their business effectively. Next, many SMEs now like to track their financial transactions with computerized software rather than to rely on a manual system of bookkeeping, recording entries in large books. It can enhance decision making. And computerized accounting software can be quick in carrying out routine transactions in analysis, accuracy, and reporting. But due to limited financial resources, they have to suffer resource poverty in terms of financial capacity to facilitate the adoption of CAS. The last one is the SMEs will have a difficulty to invest in any projects with favorable returns and hard to obtain a financial assistance, such as loans, because of poor financial performance. In conclusion, there are 4 significant issues that the SMEs frequently face that make them uncompetitive in the marketplace. Therefore, it is vital to keep eyes on their performances, and financial assistance from the government and financial institutions is deemed essential for their development. Thus, effective strategies are needed to be developed by Malaysian government and SMEs owners in order to improve SMEs' performance towards GDP, employment, and exports. That's all from me. Thank you.